Hello lovely Libras, welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and how I work is I work with my spirit guides, and this is your love forecast for August 2017. And how I work is I work with my spirit guides, so it's pretty much them translating the information that you need to know. But I thought today that the way my guides, I should say, I started this is I've had this a few times, I think about 3 or 4 times when I did a reading today, where my guides have kind of wanted to kind of be really specific, but also to kind of split the situation between you and how you feel about the situation in the month, and how somebody else that you have a romantic want to be with is feeling. And I would say that this is definitely for people who either have an established bond or have a desire on somebody that they are aware of. So if you're single and you have no idea, then this may not be the video for you this month, but do come back next month, because sometimes this happens, because I never know what my guides are going to say until I do the video, quite frankly. So it's still general, but definitely specific for those who are in a connection or know the person that they'd like to be with, basically. So my guides are saying you need to help yourself. And they're also saying here that you need to also listen to your intuition, listen to your guides, and to remain on the more positive than to be on the negative in this month in your thought forms, because you're very, 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 very much in your head. You seem to be struggling between your head and your heart, basically, when it comes to this month. And you could be in danger of spending too much in your head. And the trouble is that when we go into our thoughts and our heads, we can sometimes overthink. We can also let our ego come in and tell us that things are not going to be working out well. That particularly last month when we had such dodgy energy and could kind of left some people a bit wounded, and starting the month kind of feeling a bit hopeless, that it could be very natural for you to just remain in your headspace and remain in the anxiety or the worry of things. And my guides are saying here, you can solve this, and you really do need to listen to your heart, and you really do need to listen to your intuition, which is a much more positive voice than your ego or your fears. It's a powerful month for starting new cycles and ending old ways that were no longer serving us, particularly when it came to communication, connections with people of romantic nature. You will learn the lesson this month to listen to your heart. And I know for some of you, you probably think, oh, well, I always listen to my heart. Watch that, because you may be struggling because of the dynamics. Either you're with somebody else and you're thinking about somebody else and you're thinking, God, what's the better? You're thinking about it in a pragmatic way, or that you have had problems with that person and you're thinking, right, the best thing to do is to listen to my head because I'm not going to work out. There is definitely a dilemma that is before you that is definitely going to put you between head versus the heart. And my guides are 100% saying, listen to your heart. Even if your heart feels like it's talking nonsense right now, it works out for you. Sometimes listening to the head can be the better side, but I'm definitely getting the message, guys, to listen to your heart and to give your heart. You need to be vulnerable. You need to take risks, because it's all going to be it will all work out for you, not just in a romantic sense, but also massively for your love. For every area of your life, I should say, every area of your life. Solving this by doing things with the heart will solve pretty much everything. So there's a win-win for you guys. So this is how it's been shown. They're showing that you potentially, and I say potentially because this is how it is now, but because you're watching this and if you listen to your heart and you don't have the facing of this, but this is why they're stressing, don't be in your head, be in your heart, because they're saying here for the first 3 weeks, basically, you will be sending yourself negative messages. You'll be thinking that you've done something wrong. That you'll be feeling regret. You'll be feeling that nothing is going to work out. Like I'm just chucking some negative stuff out there. I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying will be the negative thing that happens, but it's negative self-talk that's making you feel bad, hopeless about a situation, remorseful, like all sorts of different feelings. Feeling like you've made a mistake. Feeling like you have to. That you have to fix something, but you don't know how, really on top of yourself, feeling like the other person might need to fix things and you don't know how, or whether you should give them a chance, or whether you should trust, or whatever this is. It's like too much there, too much stress, too much everything. That is not helpful. It's going to keep you awake at night. But I guess the only The only bonus to if you do not choose your heart and you stick in your head and listen to the negativity, the only bonus is that you'll get so tired of it that you'll have no choice by the time you get to the end of the month to do decide to change your thought forms for the more positive. And trust me, even if you can't help yourself, your own spirit guides are going to be chucking signs and help and everything to help you get out of that headspace. They really, really are going to be helping you, because it's not self-serving you for your highest good. Because they're saying here, the other person that you have a want for, or you want to, that you're already established with, they are feeling the effects of you being in that way, and they're not benefiting from the positive from it. And firstly, in the first week they're feeling like they need to turn their back on you because they don't feel like they can get to you, and they don't know how to fix what perhaps they've done because they can't get to you, or they're feeling a retraction from you. And so they're looking to move on because it's too painful for them. So do you see how the negativity can be infectious a little bit? And again, if you continue, they're feeling like the hope has been gone. But what my guides are saying, if you can maintain that positivity, what happens in the second week is actually you bond wonderfully well with them. You fix things. They say yes. They come back. You can move forward. But if you don't, you just get stuck. And it ultimately does get sorted by the end. But it's like, I just want to save you guys from the unnecessary torture between you and the other person when something could be fixed so beautifully in this better energy that we've got in comparison to the last few weeks, basically. Because there is a love between you and the other person, even if you haven't seen them for a while. It can be fixed. You can be brave. They can be brave. And in the second week, it's a perfect week to do that. It's a perfect time to kind of both lay your cards on the table and to be vulnerable, to be brave, because it will stop the negativity. It will stop the cycle, which again, the second week, I think for most of the readings I've done, is a key week because it is the start just after the total eclipse, which is about ending one cycle and starting another. In the third week for them, if you're still in a negative place, it's a hard one because half of it I'm being shown as they will help you to not judge yourself so harshly, which will help you come out of it, or they could continue to see that you can't improve from this. Regardless of how you want to go through this, and I really hope it's the more positive way by letting your heart speak, because if you let your heart speak, this is how it goes. Things move forward. You travel together in a better direction, romantically, energetically, status-wise. The strength of your connection, the love is declared. There's super much more bonding. It's a fresh new start. You reconnect by the third week in a very strong and solid way, and then by the fourth week, you're just feeling like everything's back on track. Nothing had to be lost, and it's all worth it. If you do the negative way, then it kind of starts at the end of the month, that possibility, where you kind of look back and think, gosh, well, have I just done that 3 weeks earlier, then we'd be here sooner. So don't do that to yourself. Go with your heart, is what my guides are saying. Don't talk to yourself, because sometimes we can be our worst enemy. And you might rightfully be feeling very negative because of the actions of somebody else, or the lack of, or whatever, but they're just saying, if you can just go with your heart, make the right choice, take the risk, be vulnerable, oh boy, does it work out wonderfully well, and you have a much happier month than perhaps you are suspecting that you wouldn't right now. So I really hope that makes sense. I hope I've been clear. So I do hope that's helped people that were meant to see this video today. Again, I've been Bella, and if you'd like to know more about me or have a private reading, just look at the links below. Again, do like, do share, do comment. I do love to hear from you all, and I'm very grateful for all the love and support and subscriptions that I've had so far. I feel very blessed. So I've been Bella, and I will see you again next month. Take care.